Hi, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree. This video is a tarot reading for the energy of Leo, and we'll start out by doing a quick smudge and a small prayer over the decks as we call in the energies of Leo. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a placement of Leo in your birth chart. We all have Leo in our charts due to the house system. So check out your birth chart and see what house Leo is in. Additionally, we can always call on any one of these energies at any time, just as we can call on any of the deities that we choose to pray to, work with. And so it's the same thing with the energies of the constellation. We can call on those characteristics and use those characteristics to help us. Suppose we need to be organized, so we call on Virgo. Suppose we need a little bit of self-confidence before we make a speech. We call on Leo. Suppose we need to understand a situation. We can call on Gemini. So at any point in our lives, or any point, we can call on these energies and ask for help. All right, so I am going to start off with 3 cards using the Folklore Tarot by, his last name is Ortons. Rowan Ortons. And that is a beautiful shuffle. I did a flip through of this deck, and I will leave the link in the description. So if you're interested in seeing all of these cards, they're beautiful, very nice coloring. And the majors and the court cards are dedicated to a particular character of folklore. Okay. It's a mass market deck, and I believe I picked this one up from Amazon. So, but it's a nice, well-made deck. I like it. I like the way it shuffles, and the colors are really cool too. All right, Leo, let's see what we have for you. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Priestess in reverse, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so we've got Earth energy, Major Arcana, Water energy. And I rather like this. Though the High Priestess is in reverse, not a big deal. The High Priestess deals with us learning a lot about ourselves, understanding our deep hidden selves, the secrets that are unknown, but diving into those secrets to understand them. And it's really about finding out our own personal magic. And I've found that calling on the energy of the High Priestess is figuring out who we are, what we're destined to be, and learning those deep parts within our soul, and acknowledging those parts of our soul and fulfilling our soul's desires. And before we can fulfill, we must first know what those are. So what I see here with this Knight of Pentacles, our slowest moving knight, and then our Page of Cups here, is that you are looking to discover who you are. You are looking to find out what is known. And whether or not that is an outright call or a conscious decision that is being made, there is something that begs to be discovered within yourself. And the Knight of Pentacles here, like I said, he's very slow moving. However, he's very determined, and he really likes to have everything sort of organized and set out, and he's very methodical in what he's doing, and he understands the task at hand. And this Page of Cups just wants to dive right in there and just understand and know everything, and really get to the bottom of things. And so that's what I'm seeing here, is that whether subconsciously or or consciously, your soul is calling to be understood, and to be exposed to the world. Let the world know what it is that you want to do. Show the world your capabilities, your abilities. So we are going to use the Phantom Tarot deck by Lamucci to dive into this message a little deeper. Okay. So with our Knight of Pentacles for Leo, let's see what we have. Ooh, Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune. And then we have another Major Arcana, the Hanged Man, and this one's in reverse. Oh, and then another Major Arcana for you, Leo, Justice, also in reverse. Okay, so this is your spread. Let me take this out. So here is our Major Arcana, and we do have these two in reverse. So let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune first. You know, the Wheel of Fortune it tells us that life is always changing. It's a wheel, it keeps turning no matter what. Okay. It also calls upon the energies of what we are putting into life is what we are going to get out. So whatever we bring to the table is what we're going to get out. And then we've got the Hanged Man and Justice. And so for me, I feel justice is kind of like a little bit of karma, in a way. And though it can mean a justice here in our material and on Earth, there was a point in time, in one of your lives maybe, where you are reliving the consequence for your action. And so with the Hanged Man in reverse and next to this Justice card, I feel that there are a few things that are in the works behind the scenes for you. Okay, and I do feel like maybe there might be a sense of frustration on your part, which might be what's holding you back from completely understanding who you are, Leo, and completely realizing your gifts. However, I do really feel that that you are working the plan, that you are working, everything is happening the way it's meant to happen. And whether or not you realize that, I don't think that you do. I think that you're kind of feeling a little beat up on right now, and I feel like you feel like things just are not going your way. But there are some lessons that are needing to be learned at the moment, and there are just some things that you're going to have to go through, to push through, to gain the experience and to gain some perspective in matters of uncovering who you really are. Okay. So don't beat yourself up too much, and keep going at this pace. Okay, you don't want to speed up and you don't want to slow down. I think you're on a good trajectory to working the things out that are needing to be worked out. You know, whether it's this current life or a past life, there are some lessons that are needed to be learned at this time, and those lessons are going to help you uncover this that what you seek. So let's get a read on this High Priestess. We're going to see what's going on with the High Priestess here. Right, High Priestess in reverse, or the energy of Leo. So we've got the Knight of Cups, another Knight. Then we've got the Three of Cups, water energy. And then the Knight of Pentacles. This one's in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to grab a sip of tea here. Green tea is magnificent. I love it when it gets cold, only because I can tolerate 2 cups of green tea in the morning. Um, when it's hot outside, I just find that I'm just so hot and I just can only have one in the morning. And when it's cold, I feel like I can have another one around, 1, 2, well, 12 or 1. I think if I were to go like past 2, it would be a little late. Caffeine, really keeps me awake. So I can't drink it too late in the day. Okay, so what we have here, we have 2 knights. We've got the Knight of Cups and we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And so, and it's flanked, the Three of Cups is flanked by both of those. So what I'm seeing here is there is some energies that are being put in to understanding who you are. You might have an outside influence, and perhaps maybe somebody is coming into your life, a teacher or someone who can be somewhat of a guide for you, somewhat of a guide in understanding the emotional aspects of what your soul is calling to. Okay, and then the reason for the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse, I really feel, is because this deep dive into your subconscious, this deep dive into understanding who you are, what your soul wants, where you want to head your life, and what you're going to do with the information that you gain from understanding all that. The reason why I see this Knight in reverse, this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, is because it's really an emotional type of journey. It's not something that's really going to have a lot of physical manifestations, I guess you could say. It's really something that's going to be deep within yourself, a deep understanding of yourself, of who you are, of where your soul wants to go and what you want out of life. And it's not so much the materiality. It's not so much the car you drive, the neighborhood you live in, those earthly attainments that sometimes we base our happiness on. This is more of a soul journey. This is more of a journey that is going to take some deep understanding, and the wealth of information, of understanding that's going to come from this journey is really going to propel you in your physical world. And it's going to help you attain the physical things. So as you're going through your journey and trying to understand who you are, maybe where you come from, but what your ultimate soul's desires are, don't look at it in terms of the materiality that you can attain by doing that. Look at it in terms of emotional satisfaction. Look at it in terms of just satisfying that soul urge. Okay. Where have I heard soul urge from? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever used that phrase. Okay, now Page of Cups. Okay. So this card is the one that I was thinking that is begging to understand that part of yourself. So let's see. We've got another Page of Cups. Then we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, so Page of Cups. So we've got double page here. This is Earth of Water energy. And so all pages are naturally curious, right? They really want to understand. They really want to kind of dive deep. And that is a very good energy to have when wanting to dive deep within the self and in exploring the self as well, because you want to be aware of your emotional attachments. You want to be aware of how you're feeling about things. That way you can use that as a good guide to really understand yourself and where you want to take yourself. Okay, we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. Fire and earth here. And Six of Pentacles really talks about kind of equaling things out, getting, kind of like this justice card, but more along the lines in the physical realm. And what I'm seeing here with this Page of Wands and the Six of Pentacles in reverse is that, once again, do not be too concerned about what's going on in your physical world. Don't be too concerned about, attaining that certain status symbol that you're looking for. When it comes to really understanding the essence of who you are, what you have in the material world makes no difference. Understanding who you are and what you want and where you want to head your life and what's going to make you most happiest, it has nothing to do with all of your material items. It's the people, the energies around you, the feelings that you have cultivated, the relationships that you've cultivated, and that's really what's important. Because if you have all these, I don't know, backyard slides and four-wheelers and, parties and stuff, if there's no one to truly enjoy that stuff with, are you really going to be happy? Whereas if you lived, on a deserted beach with your family, or, even just your significant other, and it was just you two. I mean, just you two being there and being in each other's company, enjoying one another, hunting for food, building, your hut after it got demolished by a hurricane, but you guys going at life together is what true happiness is. So once again, as you're searching, going through your soul and searching for your purpose, searching for an understanding of who you are, don't be overly concerned about the things you have in the physical, okay? And the Page of Wands he's just a reminder that sometimes we can make decisions and do things on that are very rash decisions and not very well thought out, just like that fire, just kind of going in there and kind of messing everything all up. And with that being in reverse, I do see that has the potentiality of messing with this zen, so to speak, that you're in search of. All right, so now I'm going to draw an oracle card from the Jade Oracle. Some of my cards were upside down. There's another one that's upside down. So I try to keep them all facing, especially my oracle cards, because I don't read them in reverse, generally speaking. I don't want to say never, and I don't want to, put any expectations out there. But perhaps that's why I read reversals, is so I can be sloppy with my shuffling. I know there's some readers out there that just don't read reversals. They feel 78 cards is enough. And I get it. Yeah, 78 cards is enough. And why need to remember 78 more meanings? There's no rhyme or reason. It's all personal preference, as with most things in life, right? All right, energy of Leo. What do we have? A reversed Eatsley. Okay, so Eatsley is obsidian in Nahuatl. This first word up here is in the Nahuatl language, obsidian, and then obsidiana, and that is Spanish. So I'm going to read you what it says here. People believe that obsidian was found in places that had been struck by lightning, so this gleaming mirror-like stone was considered to be a creation of Tlaloc, the rain deity. Because of its extreme sharp edge, obsidian was often used for blood offerings and sacrifices. A powerful stone for divination due to its connection with the underworld, it is a mirror that reflects the dark aspect. In one myth, when Tezcatlipoca showed Quetzalcoatl his image in an obsidian mirror, Quetzalcoatl is obligated to confront his shadow self. When you draw obsidian, you are invited to travel to the underworld to confront your shadow. Are you feeling selfish in your actual circumstances, or do you have a tendency to sacrifice yourself for others? Obsidian both cuts and heals, assuaging the physical and emotional pain experienced when confronting your shadow and allowing you to be whole. Assuaging? Let me look that up because I don't know what assuaging means. And maybe you don't either. So let me do us all a favor, and I'm going to look this up really quickly. All right. So ASS, where'd it go? Where'd it go? UAGING. Assuage. Let's see what it sounds like.
Assuage.
Assuage. Okay. Where is the definition? Make less intense. Make an unpleasant feeling less intense. Satisfy. Let's see. Okay. So, obsidian both cuts and heals, assuaging the physical and emotional pain experienced when confronting your shadow and allowing you to be whole. So, it makes an unpleasant feeling less intense. Okay, so basically it sounds like the obsidian will cut you so you can be worried about the cut and not be worried about too much the shadow. So it's like that old thing. I don't know. My parents used to say, you know, when I got cut, they would be like, oh, well, I'll cut your other hand. That one will feel better. I don't know why they would say that to a child, but, you know. Okay, so what I'm getting from here is that perhaps understanding yourself is maybe visiting a little bit of your shadow side as well, okay? And maybe that's part of these karmic situation that you're having to work through at the moment. And perhaps those are just things that you're going to, that's just the cut that you need so that you can confront that, and then you'll be able to further dive into your spiritual desires, into your soul. What was that term that I used earlier? I can't remember what it was. So soul urge, I think is what it is, right? Yeah. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope that helps in some kind of way. And thank you for spending time with me. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment. That's my favorite thing. And I will see you next reading. Take care.